Hello, everybody. Wow, I'm super excited. My name is Vanessa Hunter, and I am here this evening to share some really exciting technology with you. Well, actually, I'll be doing the questioning, and somebody else will be sharing the technology with you. But this is the Chat GPT Summit for real estate professionals. I am joined here tonight by Donna Valdez, who is self proclaimed geek when it comes to all things technology, all things new. And she is the one bringing us all of the information this evening. And then I'm also joined by Debbie Morrow. Debbie is the great real estate connector. She has built a group of tens of thousands of people who are watching us here tonight. And we're really, really excited to be bringing this information to you. So I'm sure you're wondering, what is this all about? And that is exactly what I said to Donna when she brought this to me, when she said, "Hey, do you know about ChatGPT?" And I was like, "No, and I don't want to know." I don't know. I don't know. It's AI. It's intimidating to me. It kind of freaks me out a little bit. I'm a little bit worried about, the intrusion and the way this is going to go and the ramifications of artificial intelligence and all of that. And then she said to me, "Listen, you really want to try this out. You really want to experiment with this and play around with it because you are going to really see a savings in time and efficiency if you try this." And so I was very, 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 very hesitant. I did end up trying it out, but only because I got desperate one evening on my way out to a St. Patrick's Day party. I needed a dip recipe really, really quickly, and I didn't have time to comb through like all the recipes on the internet to find out what recipe would fit with the ingredients that I had in the refrigerator. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to put Donna to the test here and see if ChatGPT will really be able to help me out with this recipe. First of all, I didn't even know whether or not it did recipes. Okay. So I said, "Hi, ChatGPT. Do you have any recipes?" And it returned a response that it did. What can I help you with? And I said, "I'm looking for a beer dip recipe to take to a party. I need to use Guinness beer." And I put in the cheeses that I had in my refrigerator, and it immediately returned a recipe to me, like within seconds. And I was so impressed. And I thought, okay, but wait a minute. As I went to the refrigerator, I realized I had bought something called pub cheese. And I thought, okay, well, maybe I don't have to use all these other cheeses. Maybe I can start with this pub cheese. So I responded back to ChatGPT, "Hey, can you start with pub cheese and replace some of the cheeses that you have in this recipe?" Seconds later, I had a new recipe like that, just so quick. I made it. I took it to the party. It was a fabulous hit, and I was sold on the technology. I didn't know how I was going to use it yet, and that's what we're going to talk about tonight. But I was sold on the fact that the technology worked.
Beer cheese dip. I mean, who the heck would have thought beer cheese got you swayed over?
And I don't even drink beer. It was just such a fabulous experiment, and I had no idea. So Donna, first of all, how did you come across this? And what, I know you're an early adopter. You're what people call an early adopter, right? You have a thirst for knowledge. I would love to know how you first came across this and why it piqued your interest.
Well, first of all, thank you for doing this. And Debbie, you are amazing and such a fearless leader. You just to be brave enough to bring this tool to all of your people.
Yes.
So first of all, thank you very much. And your trust isn't taken lightly, so here's what I'm going to promise. I will never just say something just because it's the thing to say. I have a reputation of being authentic and honest, and some people that rubs them the wrong way, and some people I don't care, and that's what actually got me started with ChatGPT. So ChatGPT, I am a closet tech geek. I love my, like, I'm on, okay, moment of boasting. I'm on 4,000, over 4,000 level on Candy Crush. I mean, I am a closet techie, okay? And it's my way to like drain my brain after a full day. I love helping people. I have a passion for systems and operations. And, you know, especially when I have my own business, I have several businesses, and I'm always looking, how am I going to work this, make it easier so I'm not having to juggle all these plates in the air, right? I'm sure no one understands what I'm talking about. So I started hearing about ChatGPT actually from TikTok, and I was like, what are these youngins talking about now, this ChatGPT? First of all, I'm convinced it was a horrible name because it doesn't roll off the tongue. And my marketing background was like, ChatGPT, what a stupid name that is. But everyone's going about how impressed they are with it. So I started doing some research, and I had been exposed to AI before. And in the past, as a marketing executive, there's always a lot of promises made about the past AI. We have the best AI. It can do this, it could do that. And I'm usually disappointed. You know, it usually doesn't do as well as what they say. And I started dabbling with it. I call it like failing miserable at getting results with it, and rolled up my sleeves and said, you know what, I need to learn this. There's something here. There's something. I started watching some very highly respected business people, mentors of mine, Gary Vee, and you hear about, you know, Jeff, all these people started talking about ChatGPT. And actually, Gary Vee was the one who said, you need to stop whatever it is you're doing and make this an effort to understand, because if you don't, you will be left behind. And he was just so like, I haven't heard him that serious about it. So of course I said, okay, let me take a look at it. It caused me to lose my mind. When you figure it out, you don't sleep. And you start figuring out, how can this help me in my job? How can this help people I know? How can I, you know, da, 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 da. And I called up my friends and said, you need to take a look at this. And they were like, really? We have to learn another thing? And I'm like, no, this isn't a thing. No. This isn't going away. ChatGPT is here to stay. It's similar when I look at it, you know, as social media. When social media first came on, talk about a closet tech geek. I was on Facebook when it wasn't cool for adults to be on Facebook. Right. You know, I mean, I think I started my Facebook in 2006, and I embarrassed my kids completely because I was on it. But I knew if there was this community where you can build relationships with, that might be really powerful, right? And so this to me is like a revolution, like social media was a revolution. So that is that's when I started getting really excited about it.
Yes. And sharing that excitement, which I'm so grateful that you did share that excitement because it is a very cool technology. So Debbie, when you first heard about ChatGPT, when you first thought about it in relation to real estate, tell me what your initial reaction was.
Well, first of all, I just couldn't imagine how we were going to be able to use it for real estate, you know? So artificial intelligence, what does that have to do with a real house that, you know? So, so yeah. And when you connected me with Donna and she showed me the power that is right at our fingertips, I couldn't believe it. And I knew that this is something that I wanted to bring to the group because I don't want any of the people in our group to get left behind. And I really think that this is one of those, it is going to be seen as a turning point in history, you know? I truly believe that this is going to be in the history books, that ChatGPT and, you know, the artificial intelligence shifted everything we do.
Yeah. Just like computers did, right?
Yeah.
Just like we were all like, "Ooh, computers or the internet or whatever."
Or that
Just like,
cell phone.
or that little phone, that little powerful phone.
Right.
Yes, just like that. And people were intimidated, and that's okay. It's okay to not be sure and to kind of toe dip into this. And this is exactly why we wanted to bring you this evening, because we're all in a safe zone here, right? We're all in a place where we can ask questions. You don't have to worry about the way you look when you're asking questions. And by the way, feel free to chat in to us and ask questions during this. We'll be happy to take your questions. But here's the thing, this is a safe place for you to learn about this and to decide whether or not it's right for you. And I don't know a lot of other places that we can do that. Now, Donna is not claiming to be the absolute expert on ChatGPT. I'll tell you right now, she's way up there in terms of knowledge, but none of us are claiming to have a master's degree in ChatGPT. What we're saying is, hey, we learned this, we have been using it, and here we want to show you how cool it is and how you can use it in your business. That's what this is all about, providing a safe place for you to learn more about it and how it can save you time and make you money. So,
All right.
Donna, I'm
Hey,
going to
my glasses on
unleash.
my head. I'm ready to go. Are you guys?
I'm going to unleash the inner nerd in you.
All right. Yeah, I had to like put my glasses on my head. Woo! All right. I'm getting a hot flash here. All right. So let's get this party started. So this is going to be conversational. This will be, I want you guys to be active in the chats. We've got people that are going to be responding. I want you to tell me if, you know, this is good. I want you to give me a thumbs up or a gold star or whatever the heck you guys want to do. I want you guys to ask your questions. And, you know, this is really about showing you what we found out and then showing you how to do it. So, all right, let's get going. I'm so excited. Let's just do this. I'm so excited. Okay. All right, look at that. Isn't that a cool little thing there? All right, let's see. Can you guys see my screen?
We can see.
Awesome. Okay, so this is for my scholastic nerds out there because I really didn't care what GPT stood for, but being a great instructor, a great trainer, and a coach, I thought some of you might be interested. It stands for Generative Pre-trained Transformer. I am still convinced a man came up with that name because I would have called it just Susan, Sally, Katie, Kathy, but instead it's ChatGPT. And let me tell you, it doesn't get any easier when you're typing it, writing out scripts and stuff like that. So ChatGPT, what I really want to pull to everyone's attention is the timeline. It's not new. It may seem new because it's been everywhere, but it's been around for a couple of years. And what I want to teach you really quickly is what a parameter is. That's almost like a computer brain cell. You look at the first GPT-1 was in 2019. It had 117 million parameters. Very simple. It was used to translate text into different languages. That's all it was at that point. You could see the brain progression to where GPT went public November of 2022 with GPT 3.5. It was at 175 billion parameters. So it got smart. Wow. But look at what happened in a matter of 3 months. It went to over 1 trillion. I think they're saying it has almost 2 trillion parameters. That's like, when you think of the beginning was a kindergarten kid, and now GPT-4 is like a PhD master's in every single degree at every single university. That's how much the brain, and you look at it, the brain is there. This was interesting. 100 million users in a matter of a month. It got the first million users in just a couple of days. And then I always follow the money, right? That's my thing. Microsoft just put $10 billion with a B into OpenAI, which is the parent company. And you will see them pull ChatGPT across the entire Microsoft 365 environment, including Outlook, Word, PowerPoint. Thank goodness, because this was not my fun part. You're going to see it. including into the Bing search engine. That's why this is important to understand, because it isn't going away. It's only going to be encroaching, or I call it the AI revolution, into every single aspect. I remember when Ring cameras first came out, right? And everyone was like, a Ring camera? Who needs? Now everyone has a Ring camera, or they have doorbell cameras, right? It's the same. You've got to understand that this isn't going away. Google, I had someone ask me the other day, oh, what about they want to pause AI for 6 months? And I'm like, yeah, that's because Google is throwing a big temper tantrum because ChatGPT has surpassed all expectations, and they are trying to get their AI up and running as quick as possible. They need time to catch up. So there's a lot of money in this, just letting you guys know. But I thought that was interesting.
And I can totally understand how Google would feel that way, because just based on my own experience, like I could Google something and have to sift through all of the answers to find that recipe I was looking for. Or I just asked ChatGPT and it responded instantly. So it is indexing all of these things, all of these different recipes, and returning something that is intelligent and actually meaningful to me.
Yeah, I haven't gone to Google since I started using ChatGPT, just saying. And
sorry, Google.
Yeah, it's like Google meets
You had your
Alexa,
day.
meets Siri, meets Yelp, all wrapped up into one. It's the craziest thing. And for those, yes, for those in the conspiracy theories, Elon Musk was part of the founding group here, by the way, just letting you know. But the current CEO is Sam Altman. And but yes, Elon was the one who, you talk about someone who's forward thinking, right? I mean, that's something that's really interesting. All right. So 3.5 was released to the public in January, and 4 was just released, I'd say about 4 weeks ago. If you're, and we'll talk about why it's important. If you're lucky to get 4, get it. Don't hesitate. It's been at capacity, and I tell people just keep trying, keep trying, keep trying. But on the left, you're going to see prompts that were put in and outputs that were put into 3.5, and on the green is what happened with 4. Remember, you went from high school to a PhD in university, and look at this. It passed the bar in the 90th percentile. Med school 90.
So Donna, hang on. When you're saying 3 and 4, you mean version 3 versus version 4.0, right? And so a lot has happened since then. And so I just want to make sure that people understand what you're talking about.
Yep. GPT 3.5, and I'll show you live because it actually will tell you the difference between the versions. But you need to know as you're working and toggling between the versions, because 4, as you can imagine, gets a capacity quite often. And sometimes you get bumped to a lower version. It still is going to give you the data you need. It still is going to give you the results, but there is a difference, as you can see. Right. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay, guys, drop some comments, drop some likes. Let us know if you're following along here. We want to go at your speed, and we want to make sure that we don't leave anyone behind. So if anything's confusing to you, drop some comments, ask us some questions. We'll be happy to answer.
All right. So the first thing you got to do is get an account. And you could go to chat.openai.com. It is free to sign up with the free version. Here's my tip. If you have a Google email, use your Google email, because you actually have the ability to sign with Google. Use that profile to sign in, because it will already validate you. You'll be good to go. It's a lot easier, a lot quicker. If you don't use your Google, you will have to go and verify your email address, and it takes a little bit longer. I found that it's just easier, seamless if you just connect your Google profile to it. But once you get set up, it will pull your Google picture in, it'll pull, some of your profile, and you can go ahead and get started. I mean, there's no download. It is web-based. Do not download any apps. I tell you what, it is the Wild West out there, and you're seeing download this app, this app, this app. This is 100% web-based. The other cool thing is if you log in on your phone, the phone is instantly synced to whatever's on your laptop. So you can use this both ways, which is super cool. And the very, 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 very first thing you should do is introduce yourself to your ChatGPT. It's important to understand the ChatGPT on your laptop is not the same as mine. I've been working with mine. It is AI. It is learning. So my ChatGPT understands my tone. It understands who I am. It's indexed my website, et cetera, et cetera. You need to take the time to teach your ChatGPT. And it sounds strange, I know, but the fastest way to do it is to make an introduction. Say, hey, ChatGPT, my name is, I live here. You don't have to, just tell them who you are, what business you're in. If you are in a company, give the name of your company, because they probably indexed it, and it will save you so much time when you're creating copy. I live on the beach in Tampa Bay with 2 dogs and 3 kids, and I have a passion for helping people. Whatever your little snippet bio is, copy and paste it and introduce yourself. The experience will be so much better. In fact, if you've been on ChatGPT and you're like, it's been really robotic and the outputs are kind of lame and boring, it's because you haven't taken the time to teach your ChatGPT what's important to you. Does it make sense?
Absolutely love that. And I didn't realize that when I first started using it, Donna. So I was just treating it like a stranger. And then after you said, no, introduce yourself, take your time, take the time to do that. And the one thing that you told me that just made me laugh at the time, but I get it now. You said, I always say hello in the morning and I always say thank you after it responds to me, because I want to teach it that I'm polite. And I was like, that's genius. That's perfect. Yes.
And it says thank you and good morning back to me.
Yes.
I don't want to piss off any eye on my computer, I'm just saying, I'm trying to be polite, and that's who I am, right? So yes, I say thank you. I say good morning. Everyone thinks it's funny, but you should see some of the responses I get. They go, oh, you're very welcome. And
Right.
certainly.
Have you tried that too, Debbie? Have you done the, teaching it about you? Whoops, we can't hear you.
The very first thing.
Yeah. That's the very first thing you did because Donna told you, or just because you naturally did that?
No, because Donna said, tell it about yourself. And I was like, tell it about myself. It's a computer. What am I telling it about myself? Oh yeah. Tell it where you live. Tell it that you're married, that you have dogs or kids or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome.
And it made a difference. It was like, now it's a personalized experience, right?
Definitely. And, the other thing that it did is it made it go from being textbooky to learning my tone when it wrote something. So what Adonna's going to tell you all about it, but I just said, rewrite this in a lighthearted and witty tone. And it did. Like, I can't believe how it did that, how it knew to do that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Crazy.
Very cool.
It's crazy. All right. So I'm ready to blow lines. How about you?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Integrations, the number one thing professionals, executives, people ask me is, I've already got systems set up, CRMs, and I've got chats already on my computer. How do, like for my main website, how do I integrate ChatGPT? The good news is it's very API friendly. If you don't know what that is, don't worry. If you're in a big office, just ask your tech team, can we pull in Chat's API? What that will do is turn your existing chat or CRM into a massive customer service on steroids kind of scenario. CRMs and chatbots like Salesforce, HubSpot, and Zoho the API is already working very well together. ManyChat, Mobile Monkey, Tars, and BotSpot, for a lot of you who have corporate chats, what's so annoying is when you go to somebody's website and you get that chat, the chat bot that comes up.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's just reading from a database. It's not very helpful. It's just like, spewing out. It gives you these pre-generated responses. With this, once you get this integrated, everything's personalized. It will blow your mind. If you have your own website, your own blog, your own website, WordPress, Shopify, it doesn't matter. I found today ChatGPT, which already will allow you, to bring ChatGPT as its own standalone chat. It will scan your entire website, so it gets all the knowledge of your products, your services, who you are, etc. And I'm like, I just found this today. That's the other thing. This is moving at warp speed. I mean, warp speed. Every single day, there are companies that are coming out and integrating. They're looking at really not just an API, but offering ChatGPT as the backbone to, their core programming. So that's some of the integrations. It's easier to do API. There are third-party tools. And at the very end, I'm going to blow your mind with what's coming up next in the next 30 to 60 days with ChatGPT called plugins. And that's like insane. All right. Lead generation. Because nobody wants to know how to generate more leads, right? Nobody's interested in this. So once you have taken your ChatGPT and you've introduced yourself, you say, hey, I'm a realtor in Santa Barbara, California. I've been with Remax for 25 years. And I love salsa dancing and parasailing. I don't know what she likes, but that's why I'm just going to throw it out there. So she's introduced herself and she's a realtor. And now that ChatGPT is primed to start responding in answers that would be helpful and beneficial to that person. It can do all of these things for lead generation. So if you're wondering what are ways to go find prospective, or potential clients, maybe you want to find out what's the relative hashtags on social media because you just can't keep up anymore. Maybe you're looking at really just expanding your marketing efforts. You can go into ChatGPT and start asking it questions. Now, if you've been hanging out on TikTok or Instagram, you're seeing a lot of these videos, or you may have seen them, where they get these very complicated prompts. Act like a marketing expert and do, and the prompts are like paragraphs long.
Right.
Yes, it can do that. That is for the very skilled prompt engineer that is looking specifically for a complex answer, right? You don't need that. And that's probably the second mistake that people make, is they feel they have to learn prompt engineering. You don't. This is a natural language AI. That means you speak to it like you speak to me. So for instance, you can put in, when it says finding local events and activities that may attract potential clients, you can simply put in, what are some effective, where are some local events that might be beneficial to my real estate business? Where can I find potential clients? It will pump out a list of places or events around your area. The one thing that I do want to mention is 3.5 has indexed pretty much every text publication, and that, like everyone remembers what a public library is. They're still around, I think, It indexed all that up until, and all live events until, they say September 2021, but I tested it. It's more like January 2022 into the next year. For GPT-4, which is why I said, upgrade if you can. It's called GPT Plus. That has the ability to go and give you real live events. So if I asked it who won the Academy Awards, last month, GPT 3.5 wouldn't tell me, but 4 could. And that's the big difference.
So I think that's an important distinction to make, Donna, because I know there are people that have commented, especially when we were saying we were going to do this. Oh, they're like, oh, I already tried it. It didn't give me any relevant information, or I tried it and I didn't get back what I thought I would, and that type of thing. But they're using what basically an outdated version, right? They're not using the latest, greatest version of ChatGPT. So you have to consider that. And again, if it's in your budget to upgrade, and none of us get anything out of this, unfortunately, none of us own stock in ChatGPT. So we don't get anything out of this. But I will say that it's like $20 a month. I mean, it's totally worth it to get
100% worth it.
relevant
1,000,000%
information.
worth it. Yeah. I wish there was an affiliate program on it. I mean, I'd be like loving life, but no, I'm telling you, it's worth every $20. If you have a team, I would even tell them to upgrade to $20 and maybe run a, you cover the cost. It's all a write-off. It's a tax, it's a business expense, but you can get questions like, and I'll show you how I've created a list of prompts that I've already worked on and show you how to get them at the end of this. Okay. So I don't want you to like, how do I say that? But like the first one, you can say, what are some upcoming local events or activities that may attract potential clients? You will get that, because it knows where you are in Santa Barbara. That's why you got to introduce yourself. It knows where, those places are. Finding online forums or social media groups. You could say, what are some of the popular online forums or social media groups where potential clients may be discussing real estate in my area?
Nice.
Right? It would do that. So it definitely, let me tell you, you will never run out of places or people to talk to. So lead generation is at the top of the list on what ChatGPT can do. This is kind of cool. Client communication. Imagine personalized, especially if you get the chatbot brought into you, but you can do personalized emails, personalized conversations. Yes, personalized client communications. If you get this API working, it can answer common questions. I've even seen it where it can start scheduling for you. You can use Zapier to integrate remember, Outlook's coming. So if you have Outlook, imagine a client coming, you send it, a chat or whatever through a messenger, and it can schedule an appointment directly on your calendar, for instance, or you can ask ChatGPT to schedule that appointment. I think that's huge. Providing resources and information. What if you were able to provide tips, write ebooks on how to stage your home, how to get more of a resale out of it, sharing information about local schools? You can, in a blink of an eye, literally under 30 seconds, you can create all the local tips and resources in that area for that house or that condo or that apartment or whatever it is that you're selling. Right there. I mean, that to me is huge. And again, the whole goal is building stronger client communication, client relationships, and nothing annoys, I'm going to just say it, nothing annoys a client more than, hi, insert last name here.
Right? Hi, current resident.
Hi, current resident. Hi, prospective buyer. I just sold a house down the road. Are you interested in talking to me? I throw those out. And because they're so unpersonalized, it is such, and I feel bad because I know it costs money, but what if you were able to tailor that personalized message? Hey, Donna, I see you've been in your home for quite some, since last, whatever, 20 years or however long I've been here. And, your value's gone up and I would really like a chance. Would you be interested in talking to me? Would you, that's a whole different kind of conversation than, hi, dear prospective buyer. Yes. Just saying.
It's a whole different conversation. And so just that part of it, the personalization, the fact that you can customize things for different areas, it's going to save so much time. I can tell you, Donna, and you mentioned like creating content for a blog or something like that, and being able to have a checklist for people who are home staging. Like here are the 25 things you must do if you intend to sell your home.
Well, you want me to just show them real quick?
Sure.
All right, let's see if I can run ChatGPT, but switch between screens without screwing it up.
Wow.
No, I don't know if I can do that. So let's just cross our fingers here. Hold on.
Let's see your tech skills.
Did it work?
Hang on.
No.
We're still on your no.
See, hold on.
I think you just need to add the other one to the presentation.
Hold on. See, I knew I was going to like, whatever.
No, it's fine. You do that. I think that this is so cool. Debbie, tell me, what have you done with it that has impressed you? Because I knew you weren't impressed in the very beginning, right?
With me or ChatGPT?
No, with ChatGPT. No, she was very impressed with you, Donna. We're always impressed with you. But Debbie, honestly, day one, you weren't impressed with it, right?
Well, not before I talked to Donna. After I talked to Donna,
Yeah.
I was, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, so one of the things, like Donna was on our virtual coffee mastermind on Thursday, and one of the things that she did was she shared her screen and said, I'm going to pretend I'm listing my grandma's house. And she typed in an address and said, it has 4 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms and a really cool pool or something like that.
Yeah.
And write a listing for me. And so it did. It wrote the listing. But what I was surprised by is it didn't just write the listing, like it said how many square feet it was, like all the information that she did not put in there
Uh-huh.
was real, and it included in the listing that it wrote for her. So first of all, that was shocking. And then she said, now take this and make it into a social media post. And it wrote something, and she said, I want to use emojis. So, use 5 emojis in it. And
Yes.
it did that. I was like,
Yeah.
it knows to use emojis. And now I want to tweet about it. So it can only have this many characters.
Right.
Like, what?
And the coolest part is you don't have to tell it any of that, right?
Yeah.
So you're like, write me a thing, and now I want to use it on LinkedIn, and please write me one for Twitter, and please do this. And it's doing this. We're going to people want to see this, Donna. So I want to let you do that.
Okay. So
There we go.
I've cleaned out my ChatGPT, and I'll show you from scratch, which was, but I'm taking one on the sword for all you guys.
You are, because I wouldn't have done that.
I know, but I'm like, okay. So this is what you see when you get in. I've upgraded. Like I said, I stake my reputation, get upgraded if you can. I was at a training last weekend, and everyone in the room was trying to upgrade, and it was at capacity, and they were all bummed about it.
Oh.
At the very top, you see what model you have. Default is 3.5. What I want to show you guys is it tells you what the differences are. So 3.5 super, super fast. It has mid reasoning, meaning it thinks it's still smarter than I am, but it's not max, right?
Right.
4, it has all the reasoning in the word. I mean, this thing could do, you know what I'm excited about? I'm going to go totally off script here. I'm excited about medical. I mean, can you imagine what they're going to come up with in the next 5 years? Like different cures and things like that we've been battling. I mean, how can they not, right? With this thing, the reasoning is conciseness. Now here's the thing. The speed is a little slower because it's working more. Okay. So just keep that up. I always work from ChatGPT. When you go to 4, you're going to see this thing on the bottom because it is at capacity. It has a cap of 25 messages or prompts every 3 hours. If you exceed it, don't worry, you don't get kicked out. They don't send you to the timeout room. They just take you from 4 to 3.5. It's almost like getting on the freeway. You're going to hit some traffic. Mm-hmm. The good news is it still remembers the conversation. So you don't have to start over like, oh, I got to start over. No, it will read it real quick and then pick it right back up. Okay. Gotcha. So let's see. Over here, you see where it has a new chat. All the chats, they're like girlfriends, all will be stored over here. And when you chat, you can keep all your subject pertaining to that chat in one chat. You can store it there and come back 2 days later and pick up the conversation, and it remembers everything. You can, and this is cool because you can have a chat for work, a chat for a project, a personal chat. Like if you want to do meal prep and planning, you could do that. If you want to do a budget, you could do that. Or you need ideas for a blog, you can do that as a separate chat. I used to have, and just realized I just deleted it all my social media chat in one chat. So you can have chats, and you can just toggle back and forth, and it's awesome. It's like you're having conversations. So we're going to go with 4. And let's see, we were talking about customize. Okay, first, sorry, I have to let ChatGPT know I'm doing a demo, so he doesn't think that I'm a real estate. Hi, ChatGPT. I'm doing a live demo for a rock star group of real estate professionals. Say hi. So tell me how, let's see. So show them how you do. Anyone else talk to their laptop when they're typing? Or is it just me? Like I'm typing and I say it out loud?
Oh, yeah.
Show them how you do a personalized communication to a client. Send Jody an email thanking her for her time. I showed her 123 Main Street, Miami, Florida, a 4-bed, 3-bath home. I would like her to know I'm here if she still wants it. It's listed for 2.5 mil. Just
Hey, Donna, there's a question on here while it's writing that, asking, can you voice to ChatGPT rather than having to type it?
No, not right now. It's just text. In 4, what they will be coming out with is the ability on your phone to upload images, but text voice is coming. All right, so this is the first place I want to show you. Great, nice email because it's, I mean, I gave it a little bit of a prompt. We'll go back up here. The prompt was, I gave, whatever. It was very simple, natural language. You don't have to be overthinking it. And it came out with this really nice, email, but this isn't how I talk. This is kind of like, cold, right? It's not me. So the first thing you're going to do, don't feel bad telling ChatGPT to rewrite something. It's hilarious. People go, I don't want it. You're not going to hurt its feelings. Rewrite this more in my tone, casual and conversational, engaging. Watch what happens. Look at that. Because this is an email, put in some emojis. Hey, hope you're doing great. Look at that gorgeous 4-bedroom, 3-bath property we checked out. It's still up for grabs. Now this sounds like me, right? So and you can tell it to rewrite, you can describe your tone. Are you witty? Are you sarcastic? Are you professional? Are you proper? Whatever your tone is, keep telling it to rewrite until you find your tone and then acknowledge it when it comes back correct. So perfect, because it's perfect. Now, so now you can say perfect, and I always say thank you. See, it's so nice back. I'm just saying. Oh, look, it gave me an emoji back. That's so cute. All right, so once you get it, you simply copy and paste it into your email for now, because remember, Outlook is going to come with it, and this will all be done in Outlook, I'm sure. Now, so that's doing personalized emails when you can ask it questions like, we already gave you the suggestions, but let's talk about, I think the big question is, how do you use this ChatGPT for property research, right? I think that's probably, and that's the next slide, is it can help you with property values, neighborhood information, property characteristics, and property history. You simply, remember, ask it questions. I'm actually going to show you another trick. If you don't know what to ask it to ask you questions. So watch this. I need a MLS listing for a new property located. Let's do that same image at.
Is that Grandma's house again?
Yep. Look at this. It's going to tell me how to help it, right? So if you have this information, great, put it in, right? Oh, I guess the asking price. I'm going to ask for, I don't know. I'll just figure it out. Let's see. Hold on. Watch what happens. All right. Asking 1 mil, great schools. Not sure on, 1,800, let's say it's 1,800 square feet. Not sure on anything else. Write the MLS listing. Keyword rich. I'm going to put keyword rich, enticing, and exciting. I don't want a lame MLS listing. It's all true. Wow. Look at that.
Wow.
And,
wow.
I mean, come on.
That's impressive.
Right. And so now here's the thing. I did your urge is going to want to go in there and edit this, right? The urge is to edit it. I'm going to beg you not to edit it. Instead, teach your ChatGPT to edit it itself and rewrite it. So let's say, I don't know. I mean, this is pretty darn good. I don't know what to edit. It's actually really good. I might tell her put it on for sale. But let's say it had hardwood floors, no carpet, or whatever. If you see an error in there, just say rewrite, take out this, or add this. And you keep instructing it to do it until it's done right. Because if you go and edit it, it's thinking it did its job, right? And so you're not going to get the results next time you ask for it. The thing is, it's not learning. Well, it's because you're not teaching it. So in the beginning, there is a little bit of time that you're going to be patient. So yes, it can do this. It can run comps. If you say, what is the sales history? No, let's say, I sounded like I know what I'm talking about with real estate, and I'm not. Okay. What are the comparative? I'm going to leave it as a typo just to show you guys you don't have to be smart like me. You can still have screw ups and typos. It will know what you're saying. What are the comparative sales in the neighborhood? All right. Now, what you're going to find is you'll get this response. Because if you're in 4, it can catch real data. But if you get bumped to 3.5, it's going to tell you, well, I may not be able to get it. Right. All you got to do is hit this when you saw it says stop generating. And I ask it again. And I often will get the answer. So if you don't get it the first time, let me fix this in case he's got an attitude with me and I got to get the spelling right. If you don't get what you want, hit stop generating, wait a couple minutes and try again. Okay. Because remember, this is like a free way of information, and ChatGPT 4 users are getting preferential treatment, but even then it's still tight. So just don't worry if you get that message. It doesn't mean it's not working for you. It just means you got to try again. Okay. So you got this listing. Sounds great. And this is what Debbie was going on. So you're like, you know what? Most of you have blog post. Create a blog post about this listing. Objective, or my goal, is to have potential clients call me on my cell. It might say I don't have a cell number. Let's do send me an email. Send me an email or contact me. Contact me through my website. I always put make the blog post engaging, and I don't know, I like exciting blog posts. Who wants to be bored when they're reading?
Right? Look at that. Discover your dream beachside retreat. I love it.
And that can be marketing copy on anything, right? It could be on on anything. But look at that.
Yeah. Yes. A home built for making memories. See, that's what I love. It's not just generating some computer jargon, with the facts of the home. It's actually making it engaging. It's actually writing content that I find appealing.
And then, whatever your target audience, let's say you have a target audience that's, you have international buyers. They really don't want this mushy.
Yeah.
You can say, rewrite this more proper. Rewrite this to tailor to, whatever your target audience would be. It will do that, and it's okay. But I said I wanted it engaging, and desirable for my target audience, which is me. I absolutely would be reading this.
Have you talked to anyone in a different country to see the kind of results they're getting, Donna?
Yeah, because you teach it. So ChatGPT right now has been banned in Italy because they had some privacy concerns. That's going to be changing really quick. They just had to prove they don't store data like that.
Okay.
Yeah, but everyone is, again, it's really interesting to me how it learns by user.
Yeah.
That is mind blowing. So, okay, let me finish this. So now I'm going to throw it on my Facebook, right? And I'm lazy. I don't want to put Facebook post in my tone because now it knows my tone, right? And let's see if it puts emojis in. Oops, because it knows I like emojis. Hey there, beach lovers.
Love it.
I mean, so it does all this. My prompt, again, don't get fooled by these long prompt engineering. Look at my prompt, create an FB post in my tone.
Yeah.
Seriously? I didn't have to write this paragraph. And I just think we're all being duped by these experts that say, oh, you got to learn this, you got to learn that. No, you just need to know and teach this like you have an intern working for you who is super, super smart. Now, for those that have LinkedIn, create a LinkedIn, and I want you to look at this because I didn't write anything else, but I want you to look at the tone on this. Now, some of that casualness has come off, and because it knows that the audience on LinkedIn is more professional, it knows that the audience on LinkedIn knows the demographics of people on LinkedIn. So you see, that's a totally different conversation than the one on Facebook. And if I'm really cool and trendy, I could say, turn this into a TikTok post and it will be, hey, yo, fam. It knows the language.
Yo, fam.
You can do marketing brochures. Obviously, you can create ebooks. You can create anything marketing wise. It's just unbelievable. You can ask questions like, tell me the sales history of this house. You can do a full market analysis. You could do, let's see, current trends in local. Here, I'm going to just do this. How many of you how much time do you guys spend researching market trends, right? What are some new market trends in real estate for Florida? Remember, it's going to tell you that. I might be already bumped to 3.5. I don't know. But this is going to give you some good content. Just watch. Absolutely. No argument there. Well, that's a given. That's true too. So you could do a lot of market research. You could do home research. You could do neighborhood research. One of the cool things I like is, remember, it gave a suggestion, like what if you gave your list? Everyone has hopefully have an email list. If not, that's a whole nother training. What if you gave your list 10 tips for navigating through this environment right now, or 10 tips on, okay, I'll just ask ChatGPT, what are the top 10 blog ideas for realtors to use in their blogs? Now, remember, it's indexed everything out there. So it's going to tell you what people are looking for. And you're like, whoa, okay. And I'm sure you guys are probably nodding your head. Yeah, first-time homeowners, that's a big one. Home selling strategies, local market updates. It's telling you why it's put it in the top 10, but then watch what I do next. This would be like, whoa. Oh, look at that. Home improvement and DIY projects. Yeah. Home interior design and staging ideas. Real estate financing and investment. And you're like, well, yeah, those are all great topics. Who has time to write it? Watch what I do.
Can't wait.
Okay, so it gives you the top 10 blog ideas, right? Okay, another question that comes in. If everyone's doing this to ChatGPT, will you all get the same responses? Yes and no. You will get similar ideas, but you won't get the exact same response, because my ChatGPT has already learned from me, then yours hasn't, right? We're in different areas of the country. We're in different conversations. And so no two blogs are going to be identical. This AI is generating this content for me, unique for me, specific for me. That is amazing. So look at this. These blog ideas can help realtors establish themselves as knowledgeable experts in the field, engage with their audience, and ultimately generate more leads and clients. Great, but who the hell has time to write 10 of these? So here, let's just do that. Create blog. Look at this extensive prompt I'm putting. Use keywords. Make it engaging. What else I want to say? And targeted to my audience. It won't know what my audience is because I haven't told it. So let me tell it right now. Young homeowners that are moving here to Florida from the north. Okay. My extensive prompt. I hit enter. Boom. Look at that. Look, it tailored it to my target market.
I love. Congratulations on making the decision to move to the Sunshine State. I mean, who's not going to love that? I love it. It's
right.
awesome.
This is a blog post. Remember, what was the topic? Ultimate guide to buying your first home in Florida. Tips for young homeowners from the north. Because remember, it's number one was home buying tips.
Yeah.
So
for first-time buyers. Yeah.
Okay. So then, oh wait, you know what? This doesn't sound like me. I'm going to stop it. Rewrite more in my tone. Huge prompt change, I know. Hey there, future Floridians.
Wow. I just love it.
So it changed the tone to, wow, now I'm more casual. Again, if you're more proper, you're more proper and professional, tell it, say, you know what, make it more professional, make it more sounding more professional, whatever you want to do. All right, so it's going to create this blog, and it's going to, I mean, this is pretty good stuff, right? You can copy and paste it. You can then tell it, well, I don't know. Oh, this is, okay. So the first thing you're going to learn is the word rewrite. The second one, when it's creating content, it might just stop. Do you remember the old Pandora days? And then you would get, "Are you listening?" And it was
Yes.
checking on
Are
you.
you still listening?
Are you still listening? That's what this is doing right now. So all the second word you're going to learn is continue. Watch this. Just continue. And it picks it up immediately where it left off and keeps on going. Remember, it's in a traffic jam. So it wants to make sure you're still listening. Right? All right. So when you get your blog done, you can upload it, you can put it in there, but you need a marketing strategy behind it. If you don't have a social media strategy, ask it for a social media strategy. How would you promote this blog?
Mm-hmm.
Then I've already showed you, you can say, create a blog post or create a Facebook post on this blog. It will do that. You can say, create a newsletter and, with this blog post and add my listing to it. It will write all that copy for you. I mean, this is top notch,
Are you guys out there eating this up? I just love it. And the more I use it and the more I watch Donna use it and the more I do things for myself with it, the more time it's saving me. Now, I will confess, you can get sucked into the whole of like, what else can I have it do for me? Like you can get sucked into that a little bit and playing around with it and having fun with it and that type of thing. It is a lot of fun. It's super duper cool. But like Donna is showing us, just these prompts, these easy things that you can do. How much time is this going to save you? Debbie, I know you've already used it. I know you've already done some things. Has it saved you time already?
Oh yeah, definitely. I was in a meeting today and I nobody could believe me when I was saying, so I told it to write, give me a suggestion for blog posts, and then I took one of them and said write the blog, just like she's done here. So yeah,
Awesome.
it's amazing. There is a question here that I think is interesting. What if you wanted to write something on a property that was built and owned by the same owner and has never been on the market before? Would it know
Oh.
anything about like what finishes they have and the square footage and all? Would it know that kind of stuff?
I would ask it. I mean, ask ChatGPT. Let's just ask it. I have a house, this listing with a single owner the entire time. They now want me to sell their home. I don't have any sales history, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a, let's say, 4-bed, 2-bath with a pool. I'm just making this up, right? And a fireplace on Clearwater Beach. Right? Is that similar? Like you're saying, there's no sales history.
Right.
It's 2,000 square feet. Total remodel. Right. And attractive and exciting listing. I'm not even going to say MLS listing. Let's just see what it does. I'm sorry, that's so ridiculous. I mean, that's crazy. Look at that. Lovingly maintained by a single owner. And recently remodeled. I mean.
Wow.
Wait, the gourmet kitchen boasts sleek quartz countertops, stainless steel appliances.
You could say it doesn't have stainless steel appliances. You could say they're avocado green. But that's where you go and you correct it. You don't make the changes. Tell ChatGPT to make the changes, okay?
Yeah.
So that is how you handle that.
But it's giving you the things that you should have in a listing, the things that you should describe. And then, of course, if it's incorrect, you've got to say, no, it doesn't have stainless steel and it doesn't have beautiful counters and it doesn't have this and that. But the fact that you can teach it that is fantastic. The fact that it can pick up on that. And then it's not going to make the same mistake twice. it's not going to keep repeating that same information to you.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's
Yep.
very cool. So somebody asked, Donna, and I think you covered this, but somebody asked that they cannot get ChatGPT on their computer. They can only get it on their phone.
Then they're not. I mean, it's simple. Go to all right, if you go to chat.openai.com, that should work.
There.
If it
And you
doesn't,
can do it. I've done it on my phone. So I'm sure that the first time I did it was on my phone. So
yeah.
try that. Go to chat.openai.com on your phone and see what happens.
And if it doesn't, you can go to openai.com and you will see OpenAI is the parent company. And you can scroll down and you'll see where it says try ChatGPT Plus. That just takes you to the same screen, but that's a way to get there again.
Awesome. Thank you.
There are so many, let's talk about competitive analysis. You can, we talked a little bit about that. You can ask it for information on your competitors.
Yeah. So here's something I did the other day. This was so fun. I asked it. So I've got a rental property, and I asked it for if my rent, if the rent that I was charging was high or low for the zip code.
Wow.
Yeah.
Were you low? I bet you were low.
I was. I was.
Much. It's so crazy. You can use this for analysis. You can use it to track expenses. You can copy and paste anything in here up to 25,000 characters. I did a live demo where I was at an event over the weekend, and in Word on the upper right hand corner, there's a little microphone, and I just clicked on that. And everything the speaker said, it just wrote down, right? All I did was copy and pasted that transcript, lack of better words, popped it into ChatGPT, and I said, organize and summarize, put into bullet points, and make notes. And it did it within 15 seconds. And the ability that it can to consolidate and organize in a measurable fashion is incredible. It can analyze sales data, include identifying patterns, trends in the sales process. You can actually ask it for the best sales strategy for a property, and it will create a sales strategy. You want 1 week, 2 weeks, you tell it, and it will tell you what's working and what's not working. The reality is it's endless. You just have to get started with it. It is endless. I put in here professional development. What are the industry insights that you should be paying attention to right now? And how can I use this information to improve my services and better serve my clients? I'm going to copy and paste this prompt. Hold on. I want to show you what it does. Copy, paste. Now, I want you to look at this. I didn't say what my industry is, but I'm in this conversation talking about real estate, right? And so it knows the conversation. And then what I want to show you is how you can toggle between chats and have totally different conversations, but pick it right back up again. So here's some trends that are happening. Shift to remote work and flexible work arrangements, emphasis on technology. You've seen, with 3D walkthroughs, virtual tours, low inventory, sustainable energy. That's all stuff, right? And you can say, expand on number 3 or tell me more about number 3. It can teach you this important stuff. Demographic shifts. So it's giving you all of the new, like you talk about professional development, this can keep you up to date. Like I said, I don't go to Google anymore. Anytime you wanted to stop generating, let's say, okay, that's good, but that's not what I'm looking for. Click on that right there. All right, let me show you real quick another feature. Over here on the left-hand corner, you see new chat. Click on a new chat. It will give you default to 3.5. I'm just going to use 3.5 for this, just to show you the difference of speed. And I started a new diet. I'm doing keto. That's why I'm so grumpy. Create a keto meal plan for me and my husband for the next, I'm only going to last 3 days on this. All right. Because I don't know much about keto. So look how fast the default one is, right? It gave me this. And I'm like, okay, so you can scroll back up. Oh, remember to drink plenty of water.
Yeah.
Okay, enjoy. And I'm going to say, well, thank you. But can you create now a shopping list? Because I don't know what the heck I'm supposed to buy.
Look at that. Look at that.
And then any related recipes for this meal plan? And I spelled recipes wrong. I'm still going to leave it wrong.
And it knew what you meant.
Right. And it knew those are the recipes in the meal plan.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it's on this totally, it had nothing to do with real estate, right? Nothing to do with real estate. So let's just stop generating because I'm showing in demo. I'm going to click back the real estate one. Over here, you'll see when I toggle, there's a pencil. You can rename this to anything you want so it's easy for you to see it. Okay, real estate convo. And you hit the check mark so it's yes. Okay. I'm back over here and I went through the industry. Okay, great. Let's go back up to this Clearwater Beach Oasis and I'm going to say, I want you to see what I'm doing. I've skipped the last conversation, which was about industry insights. I'm going back to that Clearwater Beach listing, right?
Got it. Got it.
Create a Facebook post on that last listing. That's all I'm going to put. Let's see if it does it. Let's scroll down. Oh, hold on. It remembered it. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah.
It remembered it. And that's what it does. And then, so that's why it's important to keep your conversations. You know, you can have one, you need a party idea for your clients, Christmas idea for your clients. You need gift ideas, you know, ask it.
Mm-hmm.
You need open house ideas. What's trending? Ask it. You know, keep those conversations there, and you could just, there you go. Turn this into a tweet. Turn this into a short tweet or Twitter. Again, the prompts don't have to be this long, overwhelming prompt. Okay.
Look at this.
Just insane.
I love the emoji part of it.
Yeah, it's so crazy.
Right.
Let's see. Let's talk about, so you got lead generation, property listings, customer service, branding. You can ask it for strategies to enhance your brand. And it's simple. I mean, it's simple. I've already written all these prompts for you. You get an opportunity to use these prompts. Watch this. If you have a personal brand, you're the #1 realtor in your area. You can put this in here, and it will. You can ask it to teach you how to use it, right? So here, what strategy should I use to leverage ChatGPT to enhance my brand and reputation? It's telling you what to do, and then you can go back and say, #1, tell me more about #1, or create #1, or how do I do #1, #2, you know, so you can drill down into its answers. And that's the rabbit hole we were talking about, right? You can drill down into these answers to say, well, tell me about #3. Tell me about #5.
Or make a list for #3 or #5. Or I really want to do this market analysis. Can you make a list for me? And then you just keep going, like you said, into the rabbit hole. So let's see if we have any questions here, Donna. I've got so many people are so excited about this and so excited about the knowledge that you're sharing today. And I just want to go through and make sure that we get any questions. You all, please pop your questions into the chat and let us know if you want anything specific.
I've got one here. I'm not exactly sure what he means, but he asked, how do you handle the spam for ChatGPT?
Yeah, what do you get spam? Donna, you don't get any ads or any spam or
There's
anything
no
like that.
ads. There's no spam. No, there's not.
Will you
There's
cover
not.
how to solve the spam challenge with the chat content?
I don't know what spam you're talking about because this is all created unique to me. Spam content. It's not spamming, it's
Mhm.
it's only going to give you what you ask for it. So it's not going to come and wake you up at 6 in the morning and say, hey, you need to hear about this. There's no spam.
One thing I do think is really cool is somebody commented that English is not their first language, and so yeah.
Hold on. Translate. Thank you. That last listing. Pick a language, ladies.
Into Spanish.
French or Spanish?
Let's go Spanish.
So it started with translation, and it's good translation. So for you guys that have international, I mean, you can translate, and it's actually really good. My husband's Spanish. This is really good translation. It can go into any language. I'll say it again. Any language.
Yeah.
All I did was I said, translate that last listing, so I didn't say which listing, but I'm going to see if I can fool it. You remember the first listing we did? My grandma's house?
Yes.
Let's see if
was that on this same chat? It was, wasn't it?
It was at the very top, right? So let's just see. Hold on, it's still in Spanish because they in Spanish, and I'm married Spanish, so they always have to exaggerate, right? So it's still writing.
Lots of words.
Hold on.
Lots of words.
For anyone who's Spanish, read that and tell me how right on that is, right? Put in the chat. This is like
is it accurate? Is it? I wouldn't know. So hopefully it is.
It is. I mean, you guys should have that mind blown emoji going into the chat right now.
Totally.
Okay. So translate. Let's see if I get this right. Translate the first listing on this chat into French. Okay. I should do Chinese just to really get it messed up here. Let's see. Into French. Let's see. Oh, wait. See? I now got to go use the default, but don't worry. I'm going to use it. There it is. Whoa. Hold on.
Wow. Is that right? Yes. That is French.
It's French. Hold on. Wow. It's going to take a time. Let's go back through. Paste it. Let's see. Into French. Let's see if it reads it up there. There it is.
Wow. Look at that.
So you can do it. Translate into any language.
This is a great question, Donna. Somebody said, will it give you source information? So if it goes and gathers information like market analysis or something like that, will it give you source information?
Just ask it. Yeah.
Ask it. Where'd you get that?
Look at wow. That's Chinese.
Now my mind is blown.
That's Chinese. All right. So let's talk about, thank you for bringing up the translation because that's probably the most underused tool on this.
Yeah.
But it's good translation too. So your blog posts you can translate. If you have clients that are international, you can translate and send them a personalized email. I mean, it's endless, right? So the whole goal of this is not to overwhelm you. It's to save you time, money, and energy. And you're going to save a lot of time. You're going to save a lot of energy once you get into your flow and resources. I mean, every admin, every intern, everyone can be using this. I want to talk about legal and ethical considerations, especially in the profession. Okay, so some key areas that I wrote in here: fair housing laws. You want to make sure that you can ask it, is this compliant with fair housing laws? It'll tell you. You can also make sure that you put that into your MLS listings to make sure this is compliant with all the fair housing laws. The point that I want to make is when nothing changes than what you guys are already doing, but you just need to teach it, right? You comply with fair housing laws. You comply with data privacy regulations. You comply with, ethical standards. So write this as such, I
Yes.
want all my MLS listings this way. I've got several prompts in here. Let me just show you, hold on. Because that's something that I think we just kind of like forget about, and I don't want to.
Yeah.
I'm going to put a prompt in here. And yes, I have a lot of these prompts ready for you guys to go. So the prompt is, how can we use ChatGPT? Look at this. It's, you can ask it. You're not going to break it.
Yes.
You're not going to break it. If you are not sure, ask it. And like I showed earlier, if you don't even know what to put in there, tell it to ask you questions. This is also, it does like documents, rental agreements. It can
Donna, show them the cool thing. Show them a non-disclosure agreement between you and I.
Oh, sure. Okay. Create.
You want to start a new chat so it's something different outside of the real estate stuff?
Well, we can. I mean, yeah.
Thanks, Debbie, for keeping us organized.
Thank you. Okay. So now
all over the place here.
And it's telling me I still can't, because I've capped out my GPT-4. Thank you, everybody. So I'm going to have to use the default one, which is fine. It's fine.
Okay.
It still works. Create an NDA between me and Vanessa Hunter, who lives in California, to cover, and you could say cover whatever, everything effective now. Here's what I like. Is there anything you need to know before you get started?
Love it.
I don't know, right?
Right.
Look at this. Okay. So let me just answer this really quick. My full name. I'm going to put, I'm going to Donna Valdez. Number 2, Vanessa Hunter. Address, I'm going to put 123 Main Street, San Diego, California. Number 4, 3. The purpose of the NDA. Purpose is to keep our mouths shut and not gossip about each other to others. I seriously have NDAs with some of my friends on this. I'm not even joking.
I love it.
Number 4, the duration of the NDA, how long it will be taking effect? It's forever. Number 5, any specific clause? None. Go ahead and create.
Look at this. Look at this.
You can do, I felt bad for like rocket lawyers, some of these junior attorneys out there. My background is in law, and it's good. It's actually pretty decent stuff,
Yes.
Yeah.
It's very cool. So look at this. I've been using ChatGPT. It says Facebook user here, but I jumped over to Facebook. It's Bridget. Bridget is saying this. I've been using ChatGPT, but not to this level. Amazing. It really is amazing, isn't it, Bridget? And hopefully this is going to save you some time. Here's the thing. Here's what I love about this. I'm trying to say this in a nice way. It makes not so creative people sound really creative and innovative in their discussions in describing a property or whatever it may be. It takes people who do know what they're doing and makes it even smarter and even faster. So I don't think there's anybody that gets left behind in this, right? It is going to help everybody. It's going to help somebody who just needs to write a quick blog or a listing for a property or a legal thing. Now, again, you can even take that legal document and have it checked to make sure it's legal, right? It just wrote the legal document. You can say, wait, are there any holes in this? Is this legal in the state of California or whatever? So
Yeah.
there's lots that you can do with it, and you don't have to. And this is really, I want to make sure that you get this. You don't have to accept what it's giving you back. You can ask it questions. You can say, why did you say that? Or why did we use this word instead of this one? You can have a conversation. In fact, my big fear, Donna, is that like ChatGPT is going to become everyone's best friend.
Well, I said to someone earlier today, I was doing a coaching call, and I said, you know what? ChatGPT can create my shopping list. It can, I'm going to show you something. I'm about ready to blow everybody's mind, right? But I said, I'm waiting for it to come and do my dishes and clean my house. And I believe it's coming. I believe they're going to put this AI what you're seeing is its infancy. This is like MySpace. Remember MySpace?
Yes.
This is MySpace for social media. And it's going to grow so rapidly over the next 90 days that's why it's almost passionate for all of us here that you get this information. What you do with it is up to you. But the fact that you have to make a decision. Are you going to adapt? You don't have to use it at the full capacity, but you definitely need to understand what it is that you have.
Right.
Why you wouldn't use it, I don't know. But because it would save you time, money, energy, and resources. And that's what I'm all about. Right. But if you're not using it, your competitors definitely are. Mm-hmm. And they are writing better listings, more quality blogs. They're doing better marketing. They're doing better analysis. And that's on you. Mm-hmm. That's on you. So can I go ahead and blow their mind and show what's coming up in the next 30, 60 days?
Yeah.
All right. So
you're going to blow my mind. I can't wait to see.
Share my screen. Let me know when it's up.
Not yet. Let me get it. There we go.
There's a question in here, Donna, while you're doing that. Is there any way it would be considered copyright?
No, it's yours because it's generated for you. Does that, it's being, there's actually a really good conversation going on right now in the house about this because the responses it's giving you is aggregated and consolidated for you, right? So if I was to put in a prompt, you were to put a prompt, we'd get different answers, different wording, different answers completely.
And that's a great point. If you share a computer, you don't want to share ChatGPT. Mm-hmm. You want it to be customized and learning from you, learning your style, learning your cadence, learning the language that you use. You want it to learn all about you so that it sounds like you, so that it's even more useful to you and not having some split personality because it doesn't know quite who you are, because sometimes you use it and sometimes your husband does or somebody else in the household. So make sure that you're aware of that, because there's learning going on, right? It's AI. There's learning going on. And the more you use it, even for the little things, like I did that recipe, even for the little things. And by the way, I did go back and tell it, by the way, I don't drink beer. Because I wanted it to know that. Yeah. So, the very first thing I asked is for a recipe that contained beer. So I wanted it to know more about me. But the point is, you will get more intelligent data and conversation out of it if you have intelligent conversations with it.
Yeah. Just one more. Bridget comments that that was a big aha moment. I'm not always a fan of its writing because it's robotic and doesn't sound like me. Now I know how to customize it. So cool.
Yes.
Yeah, that is the number one thing people don't even realize that they can do. But like you saw when I said put it in my tone, it didn't sound. There's nothing more annoying than someone says, "Don't use ChatGPT. It sounds so robotic," and I just was like, because you don't know how to use it.
Because you haven't used it yet.
Right. Yeah.
And by the way, and she didn't have to say, put it in my tone. She could have said to make it sound like more like me, or make it sound more conversational. Or you don't have to. This is what I love. You don't have to know exact prompts to put in there to elicit the response. You just ask it in normal conversation, what you need to know, and then you get the response back.
Yeah. If you go to Facebook, you guys can look at my Facebook while it's all public. And I've tested this, every single post I've made over the last 4 or 5 weeks have been generated by my ChatGPT, all of them. And I've been watching the analytics, and it's performed just fine. A lot of them are getting more engagement because it sounds great, but it's like, hey, how's it going? Even on LinkedIn, I'm trying to prove a point that my engagement didn't go down at all because I'm using this as a tool. In fact, it's freed up a lot of time for me. But I have a women's group, and I said, make this in a female tone, make this in a female voice. And it talks, hey, ladies, and it just, it's incredible. Once you teach it right, teach it the parameters of what you need it to do. And you could say, this is my professional, this is from my professional work, so make it very professional. And then for your personal, you could say, make it very witty, make it sarcastic, make it humorous. And heck, I even have it tell me bad dad jokes. And, it really,
I think it really is becoming your best friend, Donna. All right. Blow our minds. I want to see.
All right. So I'm going to play. So ChatGPT, again, what you guys have seen right now, this is only, it's gone public January, so it's not even 5 months old. But this is a video that I found by this gentleman on TikTok, and he's going to show you what's coming next. So hopefully you guys can hear this through my computer.
Pop it all the way up there.
All right, listen to this, and I want you guys to pay close attention.
I just got access to ChatGPT plugins, and you have to see how crazy this is. So I prompted ChatGPT with, I want to go to Phoenix next week. Find me the cheapest flight to Phoenix from New York City. Also, I need a swimsuit, so find me a swimsuit under 75, and it should be red. So ChatGPT is using Expedia and Klarna Shopping. And just like that, I have a list of the cheapest flights to Phoenix. And it also gave me a list of swimsuits I could purchase. Now, this is where it gets even crazier. I'm prompting ChatGPT with, I can't decide on the swimsuit. Send those options to my friend Jack and ask him which is the coolest swimsuit. And it's using Xavier, which is connected to my email. And just like that, it drafted up a message to Jack asking which swimsuit I should purchase. Now, the implications of this are just massive. Theoretically, as more ChatGPT plugins become available, everything we do online can be done through ChatGPT. And the business implications are even bigger. Imagine you sell swimsuits, but ChatGPT doesn't list out you as a result. Forget about SEO. You're going to need to be ChatGPT optimized. That's just one example of a large business implication, but this is all just to say that this may just be the start of a massive fundamental shift in how we actually use the internet. I'll be watching this all very closely, so I'll keep you updated.
That is insane. And so what he's talking about is, I talked earlier about APIs, and this is moving at a rapid pace, guys. Even last week, we just saw a couple updates to ChatGPT. The APIs are already integrated with some major retailers and carriers. Instacart, if you go on Instacart, you use Instacart, you see a new feature called Ask Instacart. They've already implemented ChatGPT. Shopify has implemented AI in their new AI called Shop. That's actually ChatGPT. And what he's talking about is it's already indexed all the Shopify stores out there. So think about that. The plugins, Expedia, amazing. OpenTable, Instacart. I can tell it. I will be able to tell it, find me flights to Vegas, book me a hotel, and have water delivered to my, hotel room from the local grocery store. And by the way, give me what's a good Italian restaurant, top rated Italian restaurant. These plugins are going to continue to grow. And yes, that means ChatGPT being ChatGPT optimized is going to be key, which is why it's more important now than ever to get used to this and use it for your marketing, use it for your blogs, have it run through your copy on your bio. Make sure you can actually have your bio analyzed. I did it for my website. My entire website has been rewritten by ChatGPT to make sure it's, I said, is there anything I'm missing? And it said, yes, as a matter of fact, you're missing testimonials. Well, damn, I forgot about testimonials. Okay. I put in testimonials. Is there anything else I'm missing? No, it looks great. Is it keyword rich? Yes, you did a great job, Donna. Gold star for me.
Yeah.
It's
Love it.
insane. So if you want some help, because I know this is overwhelming, we created this quick start guide just for you, just for your niche, just for real estate. In here is almost 50. I go through all the key topics I've talked about tonight, and almost 50 different prompts that you can use, that you can try, that you can play with. It's a great way. It's a quick start guide. I know we, go crazy over guides. This is the one guide I would recommend. I've already done the research. Well, okay, full disclosure, ChatGPT did the research. And you guys, there's a lot of people out there selling a lot of stuff about ChatGPT, and I've actually looked at some of it and it didn't have value to it. This was all about giving you value. And so this one, we're doing it on a pre-sale right now. It's $7. We did another one for another niche and we're selling it at $20. This price will go up, but just to get you guys started, the link is on the bottom. I think this is, Debbie's already reviewed this. I think it's a great getting started guide. Don't you guys agree?
Yes.
I think it's fantastic. And here's the thing. Here's what I love. It's $7 for crying out loud. I mean, if you are going to do this, and hopefully you found value in everything that Donna and Debbie have shared today, I'm sure you have. But if you want to, if you're curious about this, if you want to just try it out yourself, or even if you don't, look at the guide. The guide, it tells you so many things about the ways that you can use this for your business, for your real estate business. So I can't say enough about it. And I just appreciate both of you so very much for bringing this to this community, because this is one of those kind of, I consider this like continuing education, right? This is one of those things that if you don't stay ahead of what the trends are, if you don't stay ahead of the technology, at least keep up with it, at least tread water with it, then you feel left behind and the wave washes over you. And it's just like those people that don't know how to use social media, or don't know how to get on the computer, or don't know how to get into their email, or don't know how to get into their voicemail, or any of that. That kind of thing can wash over you so very quickly if you don't stay abreast of it. And so I commend you both so very much for bringing this to the forefront and saying, hey, here's something we need to pay attention to if you're in real estate.
Yep, for sure. And for those that just need a little bit of help, maybe you have questions, you don't want to just ask in us, anywhere. We did create, because trust me, I get asked all the time. We have designed an exclusive Facebook group just for ChatGPT and AI with real estate. And that's the only conversation. It's not going to be referral based. You guys have your own group for that. This is just questions and skill set on ChatGPT, what's working, what's not. But more importantly is there's over, I think, what is it, Vanessa, almost a 30-page book of all the details of all my slides, all the details in there, with, I think, over 300 different prompts. We're going to load that into the Facebook group. You're going to be able to ask questions. We'll be able to go in there and I'll be able to answer. Debbie and Vanessa, we're all going to be in there answering questions. I committed to being in that group, doing lives and teaching people for 3 months. We're not going to turn it down. Like, we're not shutting it off. But I really think it's important that you guys feel comfortable. And if you guys see a prompt that really does amazing, and, like an API integration that really does amazing, then share it with that community, right? So that is $197 to get full access, plus the massive training document that was put into place. If you need you need my coaching. If you're, because I understand, I get it. Not everybody understands what I'm talking about. It's a lot of information. I did a one-on-one with Debbie, for instance. I said, I have a limited schedule because I am doing a lot of coaching. If you want 1 hour, I will get, you can check on my calendar, get an hour of my time. I will walk you through, make sure you're set up right. We'll make sure we'll put a strategy on how to best use ChatGPT for you, make it personal, and it's one-on-one coaching. That's $297, and you get the Facebook and everything else included in that. But like I'm telling you, my calendars are booked up quite a bit, as you can imagine. So if you're going to do that, I would recommend you do that quickly.
Mhm.
But yeah, I'm just super excited. You guys have all the information now that you need, between the guide, the quick start guide, and the coaching opportunity. I think we're going to leave this video live inside Debbie's main Facebook group for all of you. Tag people that you think would be interested in reviewing this information. Tag them in the comments. I think that our goal is just to really have a lot of value for you guys. And look at this, we've been on almost over an hour and a half. Did it go by fast or what?
It went by really fast. I also want to shout out to Ray and Jessica's group. They're watching as well. So we're streaming to a couple of different places here. So want to shout out to all of you and thank you so much for joining us this evening and learning a little bit about ChatGPT. What I love about what Donna is offering with this coaching opportunity, whether you do the coaching or not, the group, because ChatGPT is moving so quickly. I mean, I learned things tonight, and we just did this for the network marketing profession, a completely separate guide, completely separate thing for network marketing. But I learned things tonight because just in the past couple of weeks, things have changed, just in 2 weeks. So things are happening so very quickly that if you are serious about building your business and and you realize after hearing all of this that ChatGPT is going to be a part of that, then be a part of that Facebook group. Get that 90 days with Donna so that she can give you the latest and greatest as things are transforming so very quickly. So with that, I just want to thank both of you so very much. Again, this was courageous. It's always courageous to be on the forefront of technology, to be the first people out of the gate talking about something. And you're going to take some arrows and you're going to get a lot of love. And that's just part of the deal. But thank you so very much for having the courage to do this and to bring this to the forefront and help people learn more about it in a safe environment like this.
Wow.
Yeah, and I can't, I echo everything that you're saying, and I just can't thank you guys enough for spending your time with us this evening in our Facebook group so that our community can, some people haven't even heard about it before, so I mean, it's something that they really needed to see, and I think just from the comments you can tell that that they needed to see this. And I'm excited about what they're going to be doing with it. I can't wait to see all the different posts and things that we're going to get from it. So for you guys in the Facebook group, I would love to see posts in there about how you're using ChatGPT, what you learned this evening and what you're doing with it in your business, because we're all going to learn from that, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Awesome. And I just want to
hold on 1 second. There's people with crying emojis because they tried to upgrade their 4 to 4.0. Listen, guys, 4.0 will max out, but don't worry, keep trying. Don't lose hope. Keep trying. Sometimes it frees up in an hour, in a day. Just keep trying. It's worth it.
Yeah.
I mean, it is so worth that extra $20 just to get that 4.0. So I see a lot of people have tried even since we've been talking about trying to get on 4.0. Keep trying. Just don't stop.
And do, because the first time I tried, I couldn't get in, and then all of a sudden it worked. So just
me too.
try.
I think it took 2 days for me to be able to.
I think it wants to build up that anticipation for us. I think it's smart enough to know that it's creating FOMO, right? And it's like, we've got them. We're going to reel them in slowly.
Well, it's my pleasure and my honor. You guys made me work up a sweat here.
Oh gosh, it's so good. I also want to shout out to Nicole, who was manning I was going to say manning the phones, manning the chat over on the Real Estate Wealth with Ray and Jessica Higdon group. Nicole was over there answering questions, helping us out over there. So shout out to Nicole. I want to thank you all so very much for joining us this evening and spending time with us and learning about this cool technology. And we hope to see you again very soon. Take care, everybody. Thank you so much.
Thank
Bye.
you.